Yeah.
Hey YouTubers, it's your boy Amari Points here, bringing you my latest top 10 movies of 2021. As the year closes, we are honestly wrapping up this year that was full of good movies and everything and much more. It was a struggle this year, but we managed to push through, guys. We finally managed to push through. So, yeah, as I said, like my list is probably going to be different from everyone else's. So please don't hate me for it. It's way different, like legit way different from everyone else's, from what I've seen. But all in all, let's get to it, guys. So let's start off with my honorable mentions, which are The Mitchells versus Machines, Vivo, West Side Story, In the Heights, Cruella, Free Guy, and Luca. Those are my honorable mentions, and I hope, guys, that yours is probably. I'm sure everyone else's is probably different from mine. So yeah, and let's get to my top 10 movies of this year. Coming in at number 10 is Raya and the Last Dragon. I I saw this, as most of you know, I saw this earlier this year, and I again, this is the very first movie that has this Southeast Asian Disney princess, and I love the main theme of this movie, which is it's okay to like trust people and not somewhat not open your heart to people who you can trust. And this movie legit taught me that. And also, the amazing cast and graphics in this movie were phenomenal. I can say that much. I can tell everybody this. Definitely watch this movie. You will love it and have a blast watching it as well. Especially knowing Aquafina, Benedict Wong, and Kelly Marie Tran were in this movie together. And I can say this. You will love this amazing cast in this movie, along with Gemma Chan, who plays Raya's enemy slash best friend Namari. I said Namari. Namari. Yes, I didn't say Amari. Yes, but still, all the cast did a phenomenal job on this Disney animated movie. It's the 59th animated film from Disney Animated Studios. So yes, definitely give this a watch. You you'll see why it's in my top 10 favorite movies of 2021. And coming in at number 9 is Fast and Furious 9, the Fast Saga. And I really did enjoy this. I don't see why everyone hates this movie so much. Even though Paul Walker is in this movie, rest in peace, Paul. It still introduces Dominic Toretto's brother, Jacob Toretto, who is played by none other than John Cena himself. And let me tell you, this movie had so many interesting and epic slash funny moments in it that I had to put this in my top 10 movies because all the action scenes and everything in this movie were hands down spot on perfect. I honestly don't understand why people did not like this movie. I'm starting to get into the Fast and Furious franchise a whole lot more, but still, it was a fun movie to watch and very invest and everyone is going to be very invested in it. Coming in at number 8 is Black Widow. That was a huge hit when it came out, and seeing that we finally got this Black Widow. So I can't speak today. I apologize, guys. After finally seeing, we finally got a solo film to one of the most kick-ass Avengers. This one was definitely a perfect way to like start up phase 4 of the MCU, because we finally get to see what Natasha has been doing during Captain America Civil War and Avengers Infinity War. A lot was revealed in this movie, along with Florence Pugh as playing Natasha's sister, Yelena Bel- Belnova. I'm sorry if I can't pronounce her last name right. But all in all, this movie was perfect. We finally got to see Yelena, uh, Scarlett Johansson shine as Natasha Romanoff, and definitely see how her like family before the Avengers were her first family, were her. I can't talk today. I'm sorry, guys. Yeah, we finally get to see like who her first family was before it was the Avengers, and also what else? What else I can tell you about this movie? That again, this is a movie that we all the fans have been dying for. They definitely have been dying to see this movie happen, and we finally got it. So check this movie out, especially if you're an MCU fan. Go for it, check it out, and everything. You guys will not regret seeing this MCU movie because, again, we finally get to see what Natasha's been doing during those two movies that I mentioned earlier. So yeah, definitely check this out. Coming in at number 7 is Jungle Cruise, that stars Dwayne The Rock Johnson and Emily Blunt. I had no problems with this movie. There were a few hits and misses here and there, but Dwayne The Rock Johnson and Emily Blunt teaming up together, I'm sold on it. This is definitely a movie. This is for sure a movie that you will have to check out, especially with all the interesting scenes in this movie as well, along with the fantastic CGI and action in this movie as well. You will finally see like Dwayne The Rock Johnson and Emily Blunt team up, and let me tell you this was not disappointing whatsoever. You will you will be on the edge of your seat when you watch this, and all like the fantastic, interesting jungle fights and was revealed about Dwayne Johnson's character. I can't tell you what I can't tell you all about his character's past because when you watch it, you will see what I mean about his character's past, and you will be shocked at why I say that. And trust me, definitely see this movie. And it's based off the Walt Disney World attraction attraction ride. So yes, definitely check this out. Have fun with it and everything. Coming in at number 6 is Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. And wow, this was one definitely I had to put this movie in here because Liu is Shang-Chi. He definitely fit this role perfectly along with Aquafina as Katie, his best friend, and of course, uh, Florian. I can't pronounce his name as Razor. I can't announce Florian's last name because it's kind of hard to say. But Florian as Razor Fist, he was definitely a show stealer as well, along with Benedict Wong, as most of you saw in the trailers and everything. He went up against Abomination. He was definitely on fire this year. He sure was. And seeing Simu Liu as this new addition to like this famous Marvel character really did it for me. And after seeing him in Shang-Chi, I'm looking forward to seeing what the future holds for him and his character. I know he's definitely going to be like a huge he's going to have a huge role to play in the MCU, especially knowing we're going to get the new Avengers. I don't know what his role is going to be in the new Avengers, but I'm sure he'll have a fantastic role in this movie. I mean, in future MCU movies, along with Katie and Benedict Wong. So yes, here's hoping to see Liu as Shang-Chi. And this movie had hands down had a lot of action scenes along with kung fu scenes that I was legit blown away way by. I cannot I cannot say that much, but you will definitely be blown away once you see this movie. This definitely had to make my list of top 10 movies of 2021. Definitely definitely had to go have to go see this movie, guys. Again, if you're an MCU fan, check Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings out. You will not regret it. And we're at my top 5, guys. Coming in at number 5 is Dune. Again, this movie is filled with an all-star cast. Jason Momoa, Timothy Chalamet, I think that's his last name. I forgot. I can't pronounce his last name. Zendaya, Dave Bautista, everyone. This movie was, wow, mind-blowing, and knowing that we're getting a part 2 to this movie, I cannot wait for that. This was for sure the sci-fi movie that everyone has to see. It legit tops Star Wars in so many ways, but not really though. It's getting up there. But after seeing this movie this year, I for sure was sold on it, and honestly seeing this movie, I cannot wait for part 2 to come out in 2023. I the Paul's future is uncertain, along with Zendaya's character. I'm eager to see what all happens in this movie. I really in part 2. I really am. But again, everyone in this all star cast was perfect. The CGI and everything was hands down spot on. You, all I can say is that this movie was just one for the history books. It really was. I am looking forward to seeing part 2 of Dune. I really am. Coming in at number 4, guys, is Encanto. I honestly love this movie so much, knowing that Lin-Manuel Miranda wrote the songs for this movie. No words can describe how great this movie was. It's basically about family and always just not being perfect all the time. Just be yourself and everything. Mirabelle, played by Stephanie, and Bruno, everyone in this movie had a perfect role. And seeing them play these roles was just, again, perfect. Each character in the movie had a single role to play, and I cannot say this. All I can say is that, wow. Disney did fantastic with their 60th animated film. And if you honestly want to hear more of my thoughts on this movie, go check out my review on it. You will not honestly regret hearing my thoughts on this movie. But all in all, Encanto was definitely a movie that made my top 10 movies of 2021. It certainly did. I honestly hope that Encanto gets a future sequel or an animated short or something. That's all I can say. And the animation in this movie was perfect in a lot of ways. And the music in here, again, made me want to dance. I really wanted to dance so much to this movie. I hands down did. No lie. No lie, I really did. And we're at the top 3, guys. Coming in at number 3 is Sing 2. Another movie that I love so much, and I honestly had no problems with this movie. This movie is definitely a perfect movie to wrap up your 2021 and have a blast with. And all I can say is that the cast themselves literally had me on the edge of my seat, and all the perfect scenes and music in here that we hear from like our daily lives was perfect. I honestly can't say. That's all I can say. Literally, go check this movie out. Have a fun time, and it's a good way to wrap up your 2021 for sure. And coming in at number 2, guys, is MCU's Eternals. Now, this one definitely dived deep, real deep, into the MCU before it even started. All the cast themselves, Don Lee, Salma Hayek, Lauren, Leah, all of them that I can't name right now, really did a fantastic job in this movie. Seeing all of the cast and the first deaf actress, Lauren, she really is phenomenal. She's definitely phenomenal. And Barry himself, he was perfect too. And all in all, still a perfect MCU movie to see this year. This is definitely one of my up there with one of my favorite MCU movies that I saw this year. For sure, it was. All I can tell you is that when you go see this movie or watch it on Disney Plus next month, definitely you'll definitely get invested. You'll definitely be invested in this movie and have a fun time. Especially if you're an MCU fan, definitely watch this. I can say myself that this movie was for sure a movie that everyone will love and enjoy, and especially gets caught, catches up to the present because after Thanos snapped his fingers, everyone knows. But still, definitely a perfect movie. I could not pass the opportunity up to add this movie to my top 10 movies that I saw this year. For sure, check it out, have fun, and enjoy it. And finally, guys, my number one movie for this year is Spider-Man No Way Home. Yes, it's definitely Spider-Man No Way Home. Even though I had a few problems with this, Benedict Cumberbatch as Doctor Strange, he wasn't in it that much, but still, everything that happened in this movie was just perfect. It had to be added to my top 10 movies, too. And this movie was just, wow, mind blowing. Again, I cannot spoil it for anybody, but again, when you're a huge Spider-Man slash MCU fan, go see this movie. Go see this movie. Honestly, I cannot stress it out enough. This movie is full of so many surprises that it was still mind blowing on what all happened. And Tom Holland, again, is Spider Man. He is definitely Spider Man. Go see this movie and have a fun time with it. And knowing that this is the perfect movie to wrap up your 2021, you will not regret not going to go see this movie. Trust me, guys. You will honestly be shocked at what all happens. Go see this movie. Add it to your top 10 movies of 2021. And once you do, you will know why it's in my top 10. Trust me. Go see it. And yes, that's it for my top 10 movies of 2021. Don't forget to like, comment down below on what your guys' top 10 movies were of this year. And it might be different from ours. I'm not judging. I will honestly love your opinions. Subscribe and share with everyone you know, and press the little notification bell at the bottom of my video to get notified when my next movie review is going to be. I will see you guys soon. Have a happy new year. Take care and God bless. Peace.